What's up everybody, it's Joe here with Joseph Blake Photography, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the leaked images and details that we have about the N3 goggles, about the DJI Mic Mini, and a very blurry video of what we think might be, potentially, I think kinda, the Mavic 4. Hey everybody, I'm Joe. I am a portrait and landscape photographer here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and this is my channel, Joseph Blake Photography, where we talk about tech and news and gear and reviews and how-tos, and we go out on adventures. And if that's the type of thing that you're into, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button, and if at the end of the video you think that I've done a good job, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. Social media links for me all down below, as well as a list of all the gear that I use. That's enough about me and the channel. Let's jump into talking about this new tech from DJI. Okay, before we get into the specifics, I just want to throw a caveat out there. I am aware that there is currently an issue with US Customs and Border Protection, and that DJI products are currently stopped. It is very difficult to get stuff from DJI. I know some people have been getting things through, but a large majority of items sold by DJI, whether they're coming through, various retail channels, they're not coming. And they're in the process of suing the US Department of Defense, as well as negotiating with CBP to try to get their products back on store shelves. But these products have not yet been released. Let's hope that by the time they are, they would be available in the US. But for folks who are outside the United States, these products should be available to you without any issue. Let's start by talking about the leaked images that we have about the DJI Mic Mini. Now, these come courtesy of Igor Bogdanov, also known as Quadro News over on X, formerly Twitter. I've got a link to his X profile down in the description. If you want to follow him, you should, if you want to be on the absolute bleeding edge of leaks and information as it comes to DJI products. Now, these images seem to indicate that we're going to be getting a similar package and structure to what we have in the current DJI Mic 2, which comes with 2 microphones, as well as the main processing unit, the receiver unit, and the magnetic backing for the mics themselves. But the specific thing about this is that it's the Mini, and these look to be half the size of the current mics. And I'll be real honest, the current mics are half the size of most of the competitor mics. Now, the current Mic 2 provides noise cancellation. It's got 14 hours of record option. That also includes a 32-bit float internal recording. The whole kit sits in basically its own battery charging case, which is really, really great. So what we're seeing is basically the same thing for the Mini. Now, we don't know how long these are going to last. I assume that it will continue to offer internal recording at 32-bit float to avoid any sort of peaking or clipping. And I assume that the range will be similar, currently at 250 meters. 250 meters, that's over 800 feet. I'm assuming that we'll get, honestly, even if we get half that, I would be elated. And I also assume that the DJI Mic Mini will support the same kind of Bluetooth configuration options that you have in the Mic 2. And we see that they're going to be supporting the same sort of magnetic attachment, which has been super popular on the Mic 2. And also like the Mic 2, because there will be 2 of these, the assumption is obviously that you'll be able to record dual stereo for things like interviews and just when you've got more than one subject that you want to record. One thing that I'm really hoping for is that on the Mic 2, they did have an adapter that allowed it to connect to Sony cameras through their accessory hot shoe mount. I really hope that they have a Canon version of that allows them to connect to the accessory shoe that is on most modern Canon cameras. Now, currently, the first generation of the DJI mic is available for $160 on their website, as well as $220 for the Mic 2. So I would assume that the Mic Mini is going to be coming in at a similar price, between probably about $175 and $225. Again, if you can get it in the US. Now, Jasper Ellen says that these are going to be going for $69 each, which is $45 US, again, if we can buy them. And they'll be coming in 2 different colors, Arctic White and Infinity Black. Moving on to talking about the N3 goggles. So one thing that we saw with the release of the DJI Neo was that DJI really wanted to offer accessories and products that work together, as well as offer things at a somewhat discounted price. So they wanted to have entry-level versions of more of their products. The Neo is an example of an entry-level product when someone may not need something like the Avata 2, but they want to do something fun similar to an FPV drone. I mean, you could say the same thing about the mini drones. And the Neo was compatible with just about everything that was already out in the system once it had some firmware updates. So we're able to attach it to Goggles 3. It works with the RC controller, the motion joystick, as well as just working as a palm launch and from your phone. But Goggles 3 are a little expensive, and that's because they have very good screens and they have the diopter system inside, but that kind of stuff is expensive to build. But we've kind of known that these have been coming for a while, but we also know that there'll be combo kits available for the Neo with the motion controller and this set of goggles. Now, there have been a lot of leaked images of these goggles over the last couple of weeks, and Jasper Ellens on X actually just posted a video of a woman putting them on and shaking her head around and taking them off. And honestly, they don't look considerably different than most other DJI goggles. But one thing that we do know is that because they do not include the diopter inside, it's just straight to the screen, that makes them a lot less expensive to build. You can probably also just have one larger screen that's divided by the nose piece, but it still gives you the ability to use a goggle-based system while being a little bit lighter and a little bit less expensive. The other thing you'll probably be able to do is wear them with glasses, which would be helpful. All right, so that's the Mic Mini, and that's the N3 headset. Now on to the weirdest thing that I've seen in a little while, which is, I guess we haven't had enough information coming out of DJI about the Mavic 4. People are getting antsy. Whenever I read comments or threads about leaks and news and rumors, or comments on my own videos about various DJI products, everybody kind of says the same thing, especially when we saw the Air 3S, which is, I'm waiting for the Mavic 4. Where's the Mavic 4? I want the Mavic 4. Well, someone got the bright idea of taking probably a DJI drone with a zoom lens on it, and they flew it around the DJI headquarters, and well, they got some video of the Mavic 4. So it looks like we got the Mavic 4, we got the Mavic 4 Pro, probably the RS4 Mini that we're going to be seeing soon, a Ronin 5D to replace the Ronin 4D camera system. There's some questions about how ethical this is, but what I will say is that it's kind of ironic that they're using a drone, that right now there's a lot of questions about the privacy and security about drones, and they're using it to spy on a drone maker to see what they're making. And now I still think that they're going to keep the large 24mm sensor as a micro four thirds, a 4 1/3 sensor, though I have heard people tell me that they are convinced that it will be an APS-C 22mm sensor, which I think is crazy because I think that really cannibalizes the Inspire line. But that's just me. Let me know down in the comments what you think of that and what you're kind of looking for in the Mavic 4, because now we have these super blurry images to go off of. I know we're all just excited to see something. It's been a while since the Mavic 3 came out, and we're hoping to see something soon. If you're with me on that, then I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, and if this video was informative, that you hit the like button. Obviously, social media links down below, as well as a list of all the gear that I use, and I've got links to Jasper and Igor. Go over to X, follow them, they're a great source of information. But we'll keep an eye on this, and I'll let you know when I hear or see anything new. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.